Shout out to everybody here on the YouTube. God bless each and every one of you for being here. This is our fast Bitcoin update every Saturday and Sunday morning. So you can see what you would get if you were in the trading group. If you're in the trading group, you would get this update every single day. Imagine knowing when Bitcoin was going to go long or short. Imagine being with one of the most accurate people in all cryptocurrency every single day, giving you their insight, their knowledge, and their years and years of experience. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. So shout out to everybody here. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's show you what I see happening for Bitcoin. Last night, we saw that this was a symmetrical triangle. We saw the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. It did break out of an inverted head and shoulder. It did break out of the symmetrical to the upside. The 1 hour pumped all the way back up to 31,000, if you can believe it. Bitcoin now coming back down to 30,685. Let's take a look at the structure. Let's break it down. So the 1 hour says that it wants to continue to go to the upside. The 8 hours started to come down without a lot of pullback. This is a pretty big sign that we are seeing some bullish consolidation for Bitcoin. All right, right off the bat, for these crypto assets, not cryptocurrencies. Remember, they're not currencies; they're assets because we don't want them talked about as currencies. But you can see that this 1 hour does want to break to the upside. It is still a symmetrical triangle, in my humble opinion, that could break up or down. The measured move takes you to about 32,000 even and $78 and change. So we could see a nice breakout for Bitcoin, bit of a cup with a handle to the upside. I see this 1 hour pointing out lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. Really nothing brewing here on the MACD, showing there's just lack of either momentum. This tells me we could make a move up. The 1 hour and the 4 hour both oversold. I'm expecting a bounce to the upside. 15-minute has to kind of not end the party here. So we want to see the 15-minute kind of just go lackluster. If we see it start to break down, bearishly retest and drop out of this, then we lose the pizzazz. We lose that feel. So watch the 15-minute. Make sure it can hold and stay inside this pattern even when the stochastics reset. And we have ourselves a bit of a party today for Bitcoin breaking to the upside. $32,000 Bitcoin is the measured move. We're also retesting previous resistance as we haven't gone below it. We've had a long time for the bears to get rid of it. They have not done it. The 21-day moving average is very close to price action. We even wicked right to it. To me, that's close enough for a bigger move up. So that solidifies that for me. What's the bearish scenario is we do see some bearish divergence, this swing up to this swing down. However, there it started and we bounced off the support. So bearish divergence only gets you as far as support or resistance. I learned that this last bear market the most, really just playing with divergences over and over again and seeing that they play out, but they only play out as good as the support or resistance around it is. So if you have a strong support zone, no matter how good your divergence is, you're going to bounce off that support zone. So this is looking interesting to me. I do see that the 21 is starting to get a little far apart from the other moving averages. That's always something to kind of tell me to be wary. We could still get a pullback. The daily is still very overbought. The 22 is very overbought. I could see these pulling back to the 21-day moving average. The 12 hours overbought too as well. So bigger time frames need to connect back to the 21-day. As you can see, it's right there. It's a little too far away from price action. If you know my status, if you know how I trade off the 21 SMA, mainly watching how far away it gets from the 200 SMA. I get into price action when they're close. I get out of price action when they start to get far apart. I want to see price action touching it before its next impulse to the upside. I believe we can get a nicer bearish div here to the upside. Well, this makes a further uptrend, and then one more up that creates a downtrend on the RSI. So I'm basically front running the idea that we will get another bearish divergence on the 4 hour time frame. I'm looking for a move to the upside. I'm going over what I see, and this tells me that this could get a move. Could also be considered a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder there. A little messy, but at the same time, this shoulder, this head, and this right shoulder did break to the upside. Bitcoin did get the breakout. New pattern at play here is the symmetrical triangle. Measured move is 32,000. If we break to the downside, we grab right here and we show you that we would likely fall further down to about 29,300. These are the areas that we're looking for a possible move to the downside. So I see more uptrend, right now, but anything is possible. The 15-minute will be kind of the leader. If the 15-minute starts to break down and bearishly retest this area, then we're probably going to get a slump. The bigger time frames are taking over. If the 50-minute can hang out right here and hold the zone, we can get a move further to the upside to 32,000. So I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin right now. This is your fast Bitcoin update every single morning. You get one of these around 7:30. In the morning. I try to make it even early. I'm going to try to get it at 6:45 for the next few weeks and wake up as super early as possible. I do wake up around 6, 6:30, sometimes 7, depending on the day. But I also am up late, usually going over the charts too as well. I try to find a balance between 11 and 7 as a place to sleep. Some days you have to go later. Sometimes you have to come up earlier. It depends on the markets. When you live with the markets, you live with the markets. So we're watching the symmetrical triangle for Bitcoin. Measured move to 32,000. I'm more bullish than bearish. Look for the breakout. Safe way to trade this is if it breaks out and comes back down and retest, we take this retest up to the range area high. If it breaks down, we take a bearish retest down through this gap. And if it loses this point of control, you're going to gap down to about 28,816. So these are the levels that we're watching. I'm more bullish than bearish. I'm making that a clearer statement. You know, everyone always says there's your two scenarios, but they don't actually give you what they say is going on. I believe we break to the upside. I believe by tonight we're somewhere hanging out right here or retesting this area, somewhere up in the zone. But again, anything is possible. We do have to watch the smaller time frames so they can kind of tell us what's going on. We'll take a look at BOOKMAP too for you and show you where the liquidity for BOOKMAP lies. And sorry, something's wrong with the music today. For whatever reason, the music wasn't working. Epidemic Sound, which is the place I use copyright-free music, just seems to be down for the moment. I don't know what's going on. It's not loading correctly. 2 different browsers, too, so I don't know what to tell you. So we kept it no music today. It is what it is. We had to do what we had to do. I had some music here I could throw in, but it's like old. It's known music. It's all right, though. It's better than nothing, I guess. So taking a look at BOOKMAP, let it load up all the way here, get all these orders in. And you can see it has more liquidity to the downside. Suggested we go down to 30,005, but that's not a big deal. That would be like just a little bit of a dolphin dip there, 30,480. But, you know, if you look at it, it does have more liquidity to the downside than to the upside. We have this lone bar up here. But so you're looking at about 30,029.5. They're attempting to load up and bring the price further down. So watch that 15-minute. If the 15-minute decides to break that channel and do a bearish retest, that's going to be your key for a short to the downside, right? And we get ready for this weekly candle close tonight for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. This is BOOKMAP, a heat map with an order book. There's links to the description below. They do help out the channel. I get a commission from them if you decide to log in or basically get a BOOKMAP subscription. You won't get it with the least amount of discounts that you can get through me. Basically, you'll get it for the best price through me. So that's why I talk about it. I like it, and I can hook you up with the best price. So why not have us both? You scratch my back, I scratch yours, or I scratch your back first, and then you can scratch mine. It depends. Not too hard, though. I do like a little bit of nail in there. Anyway, it's kind of weird if you're a dude, though, right? I don't mean to be... only girls apply, please. 30,640. But here's the deal. We do see more liquidity to the downside than to the upside for Bitcoin, all right? That's just what we're seeing. And that's it. There's really nothing else to say. We want to see this level get defended by the 15 and the 1 hour and then make a nice move to the upside. We're looking for a move to 32,000 for Bitcoin if it can achieve the measured move. The measured move to the downside would take us down to 29,336. However, we'd be looking for some type of flag. What I just saw now out of the corner of my eye, though, is we could be making a shoulder, a head, and some type of right shoulder that could dump us to the downside. So be open-minded. Be ready for price action to do anything and be able to react to it either way. Have a plan. Just like a game of chess, you do not know what the opponent's going to do, but you can see all the pieces on the board, and you can see basically where they can move. Same thing for Bitcoin, right? We see the pieces on the board. We can see it can either break up, and we see that measured move, or break down. And these are pretty strong parameters for Bitcoin. So we're watching this, just very similar to this. This looks a lot like this chop here. It has that head with the wick, right? Coming up on the side, and you know. Anyway, so we're watching this for the move to the upside. I am going on a limb and calling long, but the long isn't going to be achieved until the 15-minute decides to reset. Let's take a look at our 7. If it's very, very oversold, it's not too bad. It's in the middle, starting to say that it can hold. So this trend line must hold for Bitcoin to stay bullish, right? So we watch the smaller time frames, wait for confirmation. Once we get those, we make the aggressive move to the upside on the 1 hour to 32,000. So that's my update for Bitcoin, everyone. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. And I love you all for being here. Let me just jump on into the chat. I didn't get to look at the chat much. Stay ready. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. Join the free Discord and watch the Watch First section and get the education you deserve today. Shout out to my man, The 99 is an ecosystem of some of the most brilliant traders in the space. If you're having trouble reading the charts, there is always someone there to help you. Join the 99 and find your life or family. The 50 on the W about to cross over the 200, boss. Amen. 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 Thanks for the update. Anytime, everybody, anytime. And if you're in the trading group, you get this update every single day, Monday through Friday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays. It does not matter. We do not take a day off. Prayers for Mrs. Price. Yeah, my mom's having these weird headaches. We don't know if it's related to, this, or we don't know what's going on. But we're going to find a way to help her. But woke up at 5 in the morning, had to go back to the ER because her head was feeling all these weird pains. Really weird for me, as she never had any issues at all in her life. Now, my dad passed away 2 months ago, and now we're dealing with some of this stuff too. So, wow, games for a living just continuing to pump to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into this. Now up 32% from the call, nailing it. GFAL, and I gave this call. I was all over this, and this is a low cap gem that no one really knew about. And I took a shot. Unknown kid took a shot. We got in at 1 penny. We're sitting up 60% from our first entry. Then I put out this little flag. It's up 31%. Shout out to anyone that jumped into the trading group. This is why this trading group will help you. I scan the market more than you do. I'll be honest, or as much as you do, and we find different coins. So if you want your money to go long, jump into the trading group, because your money's going to go so long with me, because I'm going to work my butt off for every single penny that you put in to your investment. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. I love you all, and I'll see you tonight for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. God bless you all.